Good morning, my dear students. Hope all of you are well. Welcome to the chemistry class. Last day we have discussed the nitrogen cycle in the chapter air and atmosphere. Today we will start from the oxygen gas. Okay, all of you know that in air 21% is oxygen. Okay, and this oxygen is very much active. Nitrogen actually it is inactive or inert gas, because that nitrogen triple bond is present, so bond is very strong between two nitrogen atom, and that is why you cannot easily break it. Okay, but in case of oxygen, okay, it is highly reactive and it is called the active part of the air. Okay, today we will mainly discuss oxygen and water. Okay, and other carbon dioxide is also there, and some inert gas is also present in the air that I will discuss. Okay, so first we will discuss about oxygen. Oxygen, just now I told that present in air about 21%. Okay, by volume, 78% is nitrogen and 21% oxygen. This oxygen is also called what? Active air or active part of the air. Okay, now what is the use? All of you know, for breathing or respiration it is required. All animals, plants, okay, need oxygen for their respiration. And respiration is a chemical process where food is oxidized, okay, to give the energy. All of you know the formula of glucose, C6H12O6, that will react with oxygen, okay, and it will produce carbon dioxide, water, and huge amount of energy. And that energy we are using for our daily work. Okay, so oxygen is essential for our body, and for combustion process oxygen is also required. Okay, without oxygen we cannot burn anything. If you want to burn a piece of paper, if you want to burn a piece of wood, okay, for every combustion process oxygen is essential. Okay, so fuel burns in presence of oxygen, that will produce heat and light and huge amount of energy. And this energy we are using in the various ways, okay, to give comfort in our life. Understand what I am telling? Okay, now oxygen may be dissolved. Okay, oxygen, some solubility is there in water, and as it is soluble in water, so aquatic animals can survive their lives. Okay, even aquatic plants are there, they also need oxygen for their respiration, so they are taking from these water bodies. Okay, so you can understand what I told today. Next, there are some terms is there in your book. Okay, that is fuel. So generally common fuels are like coal, okay, wood, that may be LPG, CNG, petrol, diesel, wax, etc. Okay, all of you know that LPG means liquid petroleum or liquefied petroleum gas. Okay, and these LPG contains mainly butane, isobutane, or propane like compound. Okay, and there is one compound that is called methyl mercaptan. Okay, and it is mixed with this cylinder, because if there is any leakage of the gas, you can easily understand because of its foul smell. Okay, sulfur, all of you know that H2S rotten egg smell, like this type of one foul smell will come, so that you can understand there is leakage of gas. Okay, and another is CNG, that is compressed natural gas, and it generally contains what? It generally contains methane gas. Okay, compressed natural gas. Next we will discuss carbon dioxide gas. So carbon dioxide gas percentage is very less. It will be less than 1%, around 0.03% to 0.04%. It will vary, and it has gone up slightly because of human activities. Every day we are burning different types of fuels for vehicles. Okay, we are using petrol, diesel. Industry, they are also producing huge amount of carbon dioxide. Okay, so because of this activity, the level of carbon dioxide day by day is growing, and it is causing the global warming. Now, what is the use of this carbon dioxide? In photosynthesis, carbon dioxide okay, is essential for the formation of glucose by green plants. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas, okay, it will trap the heat that is coming from the sun and balancing the temperature of the earth. Carbon dioxide, if you dissolve in water, okay, it helps in the photosynthesis of the aquatic plants. Carbon dioxide we are using in thumbs up, Coca-Cola, or different types of Fiji drinks, okay, for different taste, okay. And carbon dioxide we are using in case of fire extinguisher. Any type of fire, okay, you can extinguish by using this gas, carbon dioxide. Next we will discuss that water vapor. Water vapor means moisture. So moisture is the water vapor present in the air, and the amount of moisture present in the air is known as humidity, but its percentage generally varies from place to place and season to season. Okay, so rainy season definitely in the atmosphere humidity will be high, but winter the humidity will be very less. Okay, now what is the use of this water vapor? This water vapor, okay, determines the Earth's climatic condition. Water vapor forms clouds in the sky and forms precipitate as in the form of the rain. So rain is coming because of formation of cloud. At low temperature, okay, this water vapor produces by condensation different type of things like snow, sleet, mist, fog, okay, hail, dew, etc. Okay, that whatever you are getting, this is because of the condensation of the water vapor. Okay, now we'll discuss this term, okay, one by one. So first we'll discuss the fog. What is fog? Fog is a tiny water droplets, okay, of water formed near the ground when water vapor in air condenses. Okay. Now what is mist? Mist is the tiny droplets of water which remain suspended in air are called mist. Okay. And another thing I forget to discuss, that is the water cycle. The change of water from one from another in nature, which results in continuous circulation of water from earth to earth's surface to the atmosphere, and from the atmosphere, okay, atmospheres to the earth's surface, that is called water cycle. Here I am showing one figure. Okay, here you are observing that from plants, okay, from animals and human activities, they are producing water vapor. It is going in the form of water vapor is coming, and from the sun heat, okay, that from the soil, from the rivers, seas, okay, because of evaporation process, water vapor is formed. Now this water vapor, it is forming cloud. Water vapor may form that ice in the polar region, okay, and when there will be sunshine, that ice will melt, okay, and then again it will come in the river, okay. And here in the cloud, when that cloud will condense, okay, when they are forming big water droplets, okay, then it will precipitate as rain. So again it will come into the soil and it will go to the river, seas. Again there will be evaporation and again it is forming that water vapor. Okay, so in this way a cycle is maintained. Okay, the change of water from one form to another in nature, okay, which results in the continuous circulation of water from the earth's surface to the atmosphere, okay, and this is called water cycle. That you have to keep in mind. Okay, next we will discuss about dew. So dew is a form of water vapor that condenses on the cold objects, okay, and they are tiny droplets of water often seen on grass, okay, leaves or flowers, generally in the winter season, okay, and morning time, okay, you will see these dews. Next one is frost. Frost is the frozen dew, that is called frost. Next one is snow. Now what is snow? Snow is water vapor when this is frozen into ice and which falls on the ground as light white flakes, okay, covering the surface of the ground, okay, that is called snow. Now what is hail? Hail is they are the small what we can tell, small ball of ice, okay, which fall from the which fall on the ground with rain, okay. These are called what? These are called hail. Now what is sleet? Rain and snow mixed together which fall on the ground is called sleet. So in this way we have completed that water vapor and these terms that are very much important. So you have to differentiate, okay, when question will come, what is the difference here between dew and fog, what is the difference between snow and hail, what is the difference between hail and sleet, that you have to tell. Next, there is inert gas. Inert gas means all of you know noble gas, and about 0.96% of the air, okay, by volume is the inert gases, okay, and this percentage, that is 0.96%, okay, is made up of this inert gas. What are the inert gases? That 6 inert gases are there: helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon, okay. But argon is the most abundant inert gas, okay, and we are using this argon gas in bulbs, okay, and other uses are also there, okay, that we'll discuss later. Already I have discussed when I am discussing that noble gases. Next is dust particle, okay. So these are the solid minute soil particles present in the air, and water vapors condenses around these dust particles and they will form clouds, okay, and excess dust particles in the air, okay, causes air pollution. Now this is the situation of Delhi, okay. Many times we are whole sky is full of this air, these dust particles, okay, and we are observing that there is air pollution, and this air pollution has a highly bad effect on human health and it will cause serious respiratory problems. So today up to this, okay, next day we'll discuss the other parts of this air and atmosphere. So thanks for the watching.